Vernon Rourke says you should have everyone on camera. Maybe. That would be a very dense frame.
Come be a studio audience member like I was, and then you'll get put on camera.
Hey, Thomas Westbrook here, and you're watching Atheist Edge.
Okay, Chris,
I'm Brandy.
Mailbag, because we have more videos to fill, or something like that. But yes, we do actually pay attention to YouTube comments, and if you play your cards right or say something really ridiculous, we might put you on the show. So let's see what else we got here. Okay, from the 10 Dumbest Christian Memes video, this is Nico Stefan saying it's not Christmas, it's Saturnalia, or how it's called Easter is a celebration of life. And to which Honing You responds, are you aware of what the pagan violent Romans did? They stuffed little atheist boys and ate them, then sacrificed their crying mother to retards.
Really?
Probably not really.
I'm unaware of that.
I don't know exactly what Saturnalia was in ancient Roman times. I presume wine and sex, maybe? Does anyone know what Saturnalia is? Yeah.
It was a fertility festival, wasn't it?
Fertility festival.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's one of the interesting things.
Let me pull a young Jamie and look that up for you guys.
Jamie.
The Christians at the time were considered atheists to the Romans.
That's true.
So this person may be thinking that they're burning folks like us, but they were after the Christians because they wouldn't, swear that the Roman emperors were gods.
And I don't really know even. There's like every word is wrong, even the whats and the thes. Okay, when they say they stuff little atheist boys, like, are they stuffing atheist boys into something, or are they stuffing atheist boys, like, with, I don't know, like breadcrumbs, or cheese, or herbs, like a turkey?
And I'm assuming they're talking about the Romans, not the people that are actually out in the Colosseum. I'm unaware of Romans having much cannibalism in the Roman Empire. They did a lot of horrible things to people in the Colosseum.
Yeah, they weren't super pleasant. Like, you don't even need to... Like, you want to come up with something horrible the Romans did, you don't need to actually make stuff up. You can do actual stuff. And the sacrificing their crying mother to retards. I'm going to need to see a citation for that.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have a verdict on Saturnalia?
Yes, it was to venerate Saturn, of course, who was the Roman god of the harvest. So it was to celebrate the reaping and to ensure a good sowing or whatever.
Okay,
and it was a general, like in the abstract sense, it's just like a general time of merrymaking and festivities.
Okay, well, did the merrymaking involve sacrificing a crying mother to retards?
I doubt, because I didn't see anything in the description.
Well, let's go on
Wikipedia
and edit that in real quick so that we can have a citation.
Weird.
So, yeah, I can't diagram that sentence at this point. Let's see what else we got here. From the Dumbest Memes video, Vernon Rourke says you should have everyone on camera. Maybe. That would be a very dense frame.
Come be a studio audience member like I was, and then you'll get put on camera. I came here to just sit and drink a beer, and Jim goes, no, get out there.
Yes.
Throw in your opinion too. So here I am. So
yes, we dragging random people off the streets all the time. Like, hey, you want to be an atheist YouTube? Come on!
Man.
We have candy. And Pony U says, what a bunch of losers and geeks. Okay, whatever.
I think a lot of us may self-identify a little bit with the geek.
Yeah, I'm a geek.
Bit,
Thank you.
I thought geeks because of Big Bang Theory and other things. I thought Geeks were really on the way up as far as
Yes.
respectability.
Yes. Ironically, Geeks are programming the YouTube website and comment section that he's using to make that comment dissing Geeks. Who's pwned now, pwning you?
It is actually ironic as we depend more and more on electronic, media and a powered way of living. Geeks are in control.
Clifton Manley states, theology is the study of religion. If you are a biologist, you are allowed to study religion. Dumb as fuck. Okay. So you're not allowed to know stuff about more than one subject. Like if you're using your... I can see it like if you're using your biology credentials, say, I am a biologist, and therefore I know a thing or two about biblical history. Then yeah, that would be a little weird, but...
Well, what were the people in the medieval ages that were called who studied converting different
Alchemists.
elements into gold?
Alchemists.
Alchemist. And I'm sure if you could build your magic time machine and go back to the Middle Ages and you debated an alchemist, the first thing that alchemist would say in the debate is, have you studied alchemy? Have you read all the great books on alchemy? Have you went to the alchemy university and studied under the great alchemist of old? That's the way I view theology.
Yeah, well, theology is probably more akin to someone being like a big Star Wars fan. Like, have you read the extended universe? Do you know about Mara Jade? You have no point having a place in this discussion.
There's an analogy that I heard recently. It's like being an expert in Mother Goose.
Yeah. Fairyology.
So it's
You're a
kind of
fairyologist.
like, it doesn't matter how much you know of it. It still doesn't make it true.
Right. How much of what you know is based in actual things that exist in reality?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the real question.
But we see this almost every time an atheist goes up against a theologian with credentials. Half the time that the theologian is talking, he's reinforcing over and over and over again, you didn't go to theology
Yeah, he spends
school.
most of his time
You're
poisoning the well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, you're a theologian, great. Talk theology to me. Let's talk about the issues at hand, not about what paper we have on our walls.
Yep.
EGA says, that's censored, so I can't read it. Is it fart? This is agonizing?
F, star.
Food? This is agonizing? I don't know. This is agonizing. Please add these videos to be shorter. Have you seen the view count recently? Aren't our view counts up? Okay. So we have one vote against and several thousand for. So
you're saying there's a chance?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! Oh, you're making editing so fun for me. I gotta throw in the Dumb and Dumber clip now.
yeah, admittedly, this is from the Atheist Book Club or Atheist Christian Book Club, which are long videos, and we keep them long because we have 2 hours of discussion. So, yeah, those do tend to be among the probably longer, drier segments. But we do have fun, short stuff like mailbag
That could
responses.
be my brother.
No,
He would make a comment.
It's
like
its
that.
own format.
Yeah.
So like, there's a place for the other types, and there's a place for what we do, and that's why we do it.
But I will say, what's the screen name?
EGA.
Do you know what that stands for? You're military, Brandy. Do you know?
No.
Eagle, Globe, and Anchor.
Oh.
So you got to give the guy a little bit of a break because he's a fellow Marine. He's definitely a fellow Marine, so I give him a little bit of a break. But yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah.
That's a love and anger.
Okay, let's do one more.
I was hoping to get a good troll one, I like those trolls that just come in and
I would like to
just
see a troll
rant
one
and
done.
rave and...
We got more than a few of those. I'm not sure if they're in here. Oh! I think we got one here from our interview with Burke and the traditional traditional Nordic rituals. Tor Sagan says this group is part of Cuck New Age cult. Is that a footnote? I can't tell. Look for Stephen McAnallen's Ask the True Folk Assembly if you are interested in learning about real paganism. So is this like a no true pagan argument? There's,
No, a lot of atheists like to refer themselves as pagans, and I think the pagans probably take offense, perhaps, I hung with a lot of Wiccans here 15, 20 years ago, some very devout Wiccans, and they've got the whole. I thought it was very simple, and it just went on and on and on about how to do the proper way to do the ceremonies and to draw the circles and the knife and the swinging of the thing. It goes on and on. And so a lot of people take their paganism quite seriously, so they probably take a little offense at atheists just using it as meaning non-Christian or, non-traditionalist religion.
We talked briefly last video about, ways to set your tone and ways to say things to get your point across and have people actually listen to you think you have a point to make. I was going to say, anytime you use the word cucked, you've probably sabotaged your own argument. I'm just going to put that out there.
Go jump in. I'm going to say something.
There's a book.
Courtney's going to make a cameo because
That's a good
we
book.
were laughing about some of the other ones that didn't make it into this mailbag, some older ones, and she said, "What do they say about me?" I said, "It's usually creepy stuff." Go on, get in. It's usually creepy stuff, and it's like, "Oh, she looks a little bookish, but I would still hit that."
Oh,
So
God.
it's nothing's real bad. But then she said, "What do they say about Chris?" And I said, "It's usually like SpongeBob catching jellyfish."
Hey, everyone loves SpongeBob. SpongeBob brings in the children.
And someone said you look like Steve Mnuchin just recently.
I was going to do a recommendation for those that are really interested in paganism. A very good book. It's been out for probably 20 years, but if you want to read up on paganism, a good book is Drawing Down the Moon. And in this book, I discovered, I'm pretty sure it was in that book, that Wicca, the Dallas-Fort Worth area has been a sort of a hotbed for Wiccans for many, many years before anybody even knew what a Wiccan was. It's not something new to this area, but it was something that was sort of kept on the down low for a lot of times. So there's always been a lot of active Wiccans in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you want to read more on paganism, Drawing Down the Moon would be my recommendation for a good book. And obviously this fellow has recommended something that has come out.
Stephen McAnallen.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know it, so we can't recommend it personally.
Yeah.
But, if you want to argue about what is and isn't real paganism, there's probably a channel to do it on that is not ours.
It was too real for me. I got involved in Wicca because I thought it would be fun to call myself a witch, and my roommate did too. And, and all the little ceremonies were a lot of fun, but what took the fun out of it was a lot of our friends that were Wiccans, they took it such deadly serious. I mean, to them it was their religion, and they sort of slurped the fun out of it for me. And of course they didn't believe in worshiping skyclad. Skyclad is naked for you Texans out there. And they believed in using the little white robes when they formed the circle and everything. And I said, "Oh, you're white robe people. I wanted the skyclad people." But
I've heard the same thing about the Satanists. There are some groups that they like the ideas and they like the secular humanism that's embedded in like Satanism, but there are groups that do actual ceremonies, and some of them really do believe in the devil, and to them it's like a spiritual ritual that's real for them, among other atheists who don't. And that's got to be such a muddy thing to go through. Like, some of them are like, this is real, and some of them are like, no, it's not.
Yeah, but the thing is that they don't really argue with one another about who's doing it right, usually.
Right.
You all go, "Hey, look, this is how we're going to do it. Oh, those guys do it. We don't do it like that."
Shout out to Crossroads.
And then they just do whatever they do.
It'll be on your screen right now.
Yeah, shout out to Crossroads.
Yeah,
Assembly.
they'll say, "Oh, no, that's not us. We don't do those things that they do." But we do our thing, and they don't really fucking fight with each other. It's kind of cool.
We might have a link in the description of videos that we've done with them where we interview them about stuff, and I'd like to do some more interviews because I had more questions.
Yep.
Right.
Call
We're
back
still
to
going.
our interviews with the Satanists around the block.
my recommendation is
down the
we
block.
need some more live studio audience. Come on down, and then Jim can drag you up here and stick you in this seat and say, start talking and be whatever.
And first 2 rows will get wet.
Right, just as a warning, yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty good for one video. We probably got as many of them as there are YouTube comments. So thanks for commenting, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!